Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and today I've got a topic for you about grading and grading companies. First, I want to remind you, of course, that you can always like, share, subscribe, and also follow us on Instagram at Old Pueblo Coin, at the Coin Geek, and at Tucson Coin Show. You can also look up TucsonCoinshow.com to see what's happening there. We're going to be getting ready for another show in January, so excited for that. In the meantime, let's talk a little bit about ANACS. ANACS, the little grading company that could, and a lot of things get said about ANACS, and there's some things I think need to be kind of clarified. And lots of times the question revolves around, should I use ANACS and when should I use ANACS? And there is actually some pretty specific kind of guidelines that I would give on grading companies and when to use ANACS or when to not use ANACS to help you decide. For those of you who are brand new to this, there's different grading companies out there. They put their coins in holders, PCGS, NGC, CAC, and ANACS, ANACS. So there are others, but I have no reason to look at the other ones, to be honest with you. So some of the things that happen here is that when we look at with the coins and coin grading and coin pricing, some of these things are really out of my control. So I'll have people kind of come at me and say, well, why don't you like ANACS? The truth is that I do like ANACS. I'll have people bring ANACS coins to my table when I'm at a show, and the coins are graded properly. They're accurate. It's well done. I will say that, I just try to report on what the market does or doesn't like. There's certain things that are just kind of out of my control, like most of my life. So on these, I'm going to give pretty specific examples of when to use ANACS and some of the advantages. So ANACS does something very different than the other grading companies in that they set up at lots and lots of small regional shows. Small is, sometimes it's even a club show where you just have, 20 or 30 tables, but also, your regional shows like they were at the Tucson show and the Mesa show. I see them up at the Denver show. So they're everywhere. And also, if you get to a couple different shows, what you can do is if you have coins with you, you can submit them directly there, which is helpful because they'll answer questions for you. And also, if the show meets a couple times a year, if you want and you don't need the coins back right away, you can save on shipping by picking the coins up again at that show, or even have the coins delivered to a different show and you can pick them up there. And this is kind of an advantage that ANACS has over the other grading companies. NGC and PCGS, it's a little bit different model. Now they do show up at the large shows. Of course, PCGS is at the, both companies are at the Fun Show, I'm sure, in Baltimore, but then in Long Beach, you have PCGS is there for direct submissions at the ANA shows. So like the big shows for the year, PCGS and NGC will be on site. But ANACS, ANACS is at a lot of the smaller shows, which is very convenient. Kind of has a nice blue collar feel to it. And so one of the things that people ask is like, when should I use ANACS? Well, generally speaking, ANACS will oftentimes have some value deals that they'll put out where it's only $10, $12, $13 to grade a coin. And so usually if you have less expensive coins, like maybe just some really nice Walking Liberty half dollars, AU to UNC, that they're usually not really worth spending the money to get certified, but you want to save a few bucks. They look really nice in the holders. I will mention, of course, ANACS's one holder complaint is the color of their labels. No one likes them, except for the owner of ANACS apparently, but I get more complaints about that than anything else. I actually really do like the holder's design, and in that you can actually see from the top, you can actually see what's in a box. I actually think that's a pretty nice design. I appreciate that very much so. So if you have small error coins, things of varieties that you want to get attributed, things of that nature, it's probably a little bit better deal for you to use ANACS on things. Coins where the value is not quite as important. In other words, the place where ANACS isn't as competitive in the marketplace usually has to do with like higher grade coins. So in other words, coins that really jump up in value. Any place you see a big jump in value, so if you have a big jump from MS65 to MS66, that coin is probably not going to trade at the same level in an ANACS holder as it would in a PCGS or an NGC holder. And that's partially because PCGS and NGC have their registry sets and people try to fill out sets. They are awarded points. It's kind of like going to Peter Piper Pizza. and getting points for things. You're awarded points. Nobody knows what for. Actually, they give out awards. It's a whole thing. I'm just being silly. Also, some foreign coins. Sometimes if you want to get some foreign coins graded that don't have a great value, that is another way to go, is to go ahead and use ANACS for your coins. So basically, variety attributions. If you have less expensive coins you want to get certified, world coins. And if there's a coin that you just want to have verified as authentic and you don't want to spend as much money, so maybe you have some coins that are family heirloom coins. So usually it's a value proposition as much as anything else when it comes to using ANACS. You know, at the end of the day, people want me to be able to say, hey, you know, these guys aren't as good as these guys, or this guy's better than this guy or that guy. You know what? A coin is still a coin. And I've had plenty of coins that I've had in ANACS holders that are lovely coins. And I've had plenty of dogs in these holders. But, you know, you got to just learn to train your eye to the coins in the coin market. Look at lots of graded coins. You know, if you have a coin shop or coin shows nearby, go to them and look at lots of coins and just start to learn to train your eye. Also, you know, generally speaking, I'm not a big fan of my open box videos, but I make them all the time. But I will say that it's a good opportunity for you guys to, in some way, view some coins up close and hopefully get an idea of what a coin should look like or how to view a coin. So if you want to learn more about coins and coin grading, you can watch the open box videos. Generally, I'll try to talk through a little bit of what I'm seeing when I look at coins. So ANACS, there's plenty of times and places to use ANACS. And I know guys who just collect ANACS coins because they're oftentimes a few bucks cheaper, you know, coins and ANACS holders. But I just want to make sure that people understand that I don't hate on ANACS in any way. There are companies out there that we don't talk about, Bruno, and you know, they're not worth a dime. You know, you don't want to put anything into them. But ANACS does have a lot of upside to it. It just doesn't have that market cachet like the other companies do. You know, I don't control that market, guys. I don't. But anyways, I hope that's a little bit helpful. If you use ANACS or don't use ANACS, you can leave some comments down below just describing kind of your experiences, why and why not. All right, thanks so much for watching. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.